Indeed, I was their tutor to instruct. That cutting spirit had they from their mother, as sure a card as ever won the set. That bloody mind I think they learned of me, as true a dog as ever fought at head. Well, let my deeds be witness of my worth. Aaron, Amor, from Titus Andronicus, Act 5, Scene 2. I'm taking it out of context here a little bit, but I like to think that I have a unique gift in that I'm able to teach people things. And it's not so much that I'm a good teacher. I don't think I am. In fact, I think if anything, I'm a passable teacher. I've had much better teachers in school. One who comes to mind is Robert Muckle, who teaches archaeology at Capilano College. He used to begin every class with walking in and saying, when is the test? When is your paper due? And what is September 19th? And at first, none of us could figure out what September 19th was. It turns out it's International Talk Like a Pirate Day. I think that kept things interesting for us. And while I have a ton of anecdotes and I try to tie in stories and analogs and examples for people to teach them when I'm trying to communicate how to do something, it works, but it doesn't convey with the kind of simplicity what my favorite teachers have accomplished when speaking to me. And I suppose that's part of the problem with the Socratic method, walking around and teaching one another by example of speech and going on about our experiences or trying to convey some knowledge by rote. And I think that is part of why I'm starting this podcast. I listen to a lot of talk radio, I guess is one way of putting it, a lot of CBC radio, and I listen to a lot of programs online. And I really enjoy a lot of the podcasts that are out there. And CBC has some excellent content, for example. But there's a lot of things that don't get said in commercial podcasting and broadcast because there are things which are deemed controversial or bordering on picking sides that in a lot of ways you can't do when you're a publicly funded institution broadcasting on a large scale. So I'm interested in discussing some of those things in this podcast and really bringing up some of the issues that affect people in my demographic. So I'm 32 years of age and I live in Vancouver. And I think that there's a lot of people in their 20s and 30s and even into their early 40s in Vancouver who are stuck in a lot of the same positions as I am in terms of approach to issues like politics, education, technology, real estate, business, that could use the benefit of some educated, informative talk from people who are doing it and from people who are engaged in these various fields and have something of value to share, but are willing to say the things that you can't say on ZBC, or are willing to say, I don't agree with that public opinion on how something is being done, and I've been successful doing it, so let me show you what I have to say. That's what I hope to bring to this. And the name for this blog comes from the fact that I do teach computers technology to people, and a lot of the time I work by remote support, so I'm doing a lot of tech support and instruction, and typically I'm working in complex principles like accounting and billing and that kind of stuff. So the term "my screaming mind" comes from the idea that even when you are being concise and civil and polite and friendly and engaging your faculties as a good teacher to really kind of catch people and bring them in so that they understand things on your level by the time you end the connection or hang up the phone or walk away from the conversation over coffee, it becomes one of those things that you've connected with them. And in the process of being polite, sometimes while you're putting on a happy face on the outside and you're smiling and talking to the people and really communicating the things you want, inside your head, the frustration is just, ah! So you have that experience of having the screaming mind with the happy outside. And I think that part of what I wanted to do in having this podcast was get at your guys' screaming minds and hear what you have to say. So if you like this podcast or if you have anything that you want to contribute, please feel free to contribute. And also on our website, you'll see that there's a forum where you can post new topic ideas. This is on the Facebook page, and there's a QR code so that you can share this with your friends more easily. Thanks very much, and thanks for joining.